Hey boys and girls, Doug Giles here. It's Warriors Rich.
And Wildmen, what's happening, Doug?
This is the Trump Kamala Harris post-game analysis debate edition. So,
Wow.
you know,
And also, my last podcast from Indonesia on this trip.
yeah, man, you had to watch that cackling chick at like what, 7:30 in the morning or
Yeah,
something?
like 9 in the morning, yeah.
Dude, how effed up did that make the rest of your day?
I tried not to think about it too much, and I was surprised that she didn't cackle. She just laughed one time and it was under control, somewhat restrained, and then she cut it off. I think she was highly trained and prepared for that. People said, don't do that. You're the most annoying person alive. So what they did is make her someone other than she is so that people could stomach her.
Yeah, so I'm looking right now on X, Rich, and it's funny because I'm sitting here and we got a little watch party going on for the debate, and my wife, she's in the king chair, the queen chair to my left, and we're in the mosh pit of Holy Testosterone Love, which is my man cave, and my wife's watching Kamala, lying, spewing her insanity to the Tribeca night. And she's like, you think those earrings are an earpiece? And I'm like, woman, you're crazy. So I opened up X this morning after my first cup of Joe, Rich. And lo and behold, Johnny King, and I think Megyn Kelly reposted this. It says Kamala Harris was wearing Nova H1 audio earrings tonight, which are wireless earphones during her debate with Donald Trump, and this is why she was seen continuously taking notes during the debate. She was scribbling, man. I mean, I don't know if she's doodling, because my
Yep.
oldest daughter, Hannah, she doodles when she's on conference calls and stuff, just that pen going all the time and shit. And I was, Trump wasn't dictating when he was up there, but man, oh man, doesn't matter to Rich Whitmer whether she had on these Magic Nova H1 earphones.
Well, no, because I expected that. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, that she didn't have them. I'm going to introduce another conspiracy theory. And I don't think it's a conspiracy theory. I think at this point we understand that those are just correct points of view. It was obvious, 100% obvious to anyone with a brain, that she had the exact questions that were going to be asked and that she was coached on the exact answers to the exact questions and no more. And so, let's say that she didn't have the earpieces. She knew exactly what was, it was rehearsed, it was memorized. You could see her remembering the exact lines. I'll say this. Let me say this. Kamala Harris got a lot more miles out of the debate than Trump did for this reason. She was well coached, well prepared. She repeated what smarter people told her to say. She stuck to the script. She didn't cackle. And she also refrained from kind of free flowing on anything because she's a freaking idiot and everybody would have seen it. So, to that, let's say she didn't have the earpieces. I'll give her credit because she did exactly what somebody way smarter than her told her to do. And so, was she prepared for the debate? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, the earpieces make sense. Her scribbling makes sense. And her answers to everything specifically, that makes sense. But I would say that in terms of winners and losers, Trump's a winner because he's a winner, and she's a loser because she's a loser. But who gained from the debate? I would say she gained, and I don't think he lost anything other than people that hate him just have more ammunition. So that's my overall view. But I also saw the thing on the earpieces, and I didn't look that much into it because I think if they wanted to have earpieces, they could have hit it even better than that if they wanted to. I believe, maybe I'm crazy. I believe that they have stuff like, Mission Impossible stuff that they could put a contact lens and put script on your eye. I mean, we have to remember technology where it's at today. So
Yeah.
for me, that would be low tech for such an important meeting. Think about about how stressed out she would have to be, Doug, because I put myself in her shoes. I'm debating Donald Trump on live television in front of the whole world. Bro, how do you even prepare, even if you're just a normal person who's smart, how do you even prepare for something like that without being so stressed out of your freaking mind, right? Like that's the biggest stage, in my opinion. And she's not prepared to handle somebody like Trump. So, I like I told you in a text that I sent to you, I think she was Kamala Harris 100% capacity, trained, prepared. That's her best performance that I've ever seen. The best that I've ever seen her. I'm not trying to give her credit, but bro, that's the best Kamala Harris we've ever seen for the longest period of time. So, I mean, I got to give her credit for that. And I think Trump like was mad, which it was stupid. It was one against three. Come on.
Yeah, and if that's the best Kamala Harris, and again, I'm no fan of the chick, but she came off like a carpy, I don't know, rhymes with witch type chick. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Can you imagine 4 years of her? She's no Margaret Thatcher. There wasn't dignity. I mean, Trump is a former president, and her little smirks and her scowls and her holding her chin and her pursed lips and and looking at him like he's this poor doddering idiot, and that he's just a total prevaricator in chief. And it just shows her level of disdain for the office.
Yeah.
uh, Listen, man, I've never been a fan of Barack Obama, but he was president. And, if I got in the same room, with him, I wouldn't be trash talking and finger wagging and doing all that kind of garbage. We had a,
No,
we had a,
I also wouldn't do that.
we had a very accomplished professional woman in our watch party last night who said that she is coming off, and she doesn't speak like this. She's coming off. This is a woman. She used the C word that rhymes with bunt in regards to how she was coming off. And so, Van Jones said she just bullied the bully. It was great. She kicked his butt. It was a no contest. She won that thing outright. I don't know. She looked again. She looked carpy. She looked arrogant and disrespectful of Trump and his person. Then when
Yeah.
you deep dive into her policy aspects, and where
She has
she
no policy. He's right.
yeah, I mean, but the first question to her, it's like, what are you gonna do? The first day, what was the first one? The first day, how are you gonna make America, I don't know, great again? What are you gonna do first day in office? Do you remember the first question?
Yeah, I don't remember. Something
I'm
like that.
so,
Yeah.
I'm so befit with just bewilderment watching this whole thing go down. Uh, I thought she muddled through it. I don't think she even answered the question. And her trying to duck and dive, her 3.5, 4 years of, it's like when I become president, it's like you are president or you're vice president now.
Yeah.
You could go. One of the greatest lines that Trump had, Rich. He said we could stop this debate right now. You could go back to the White House. You and Joe could shut the border, and a lot of our problems would be solved immediately. How about doing that?
Well, one of the opportunities that I think Trump missed is when she said, "I'm not Joe Biden. You're not debating Joe." And she made that like, and so people were like, "Oh yeah, good job." But then later on in the debate, she said, "We we have done." I would have said, "Excuse me, wait a minute. You said you're not Joe Biden. So you are or you aren't. Like you are a part of it and you're going to be held responsible, or you're not. You don't get to say, oh, yeah, look what we did, but I wasn't involved in." So to me, that's disingenuous, intentionally so. Don't compare me to him. I'm a different person. But look what we did. It's like, no, that doesn't work for me. And I think that's trash. I think there was a lot of rhetoric. And I'll just go ahead and say this. I'm going to say that Kamala won the debate. let me qualify that. She gained more from having the debate than Trump did. The reason I say that is because she's a stupid idiot as a person. She's a hoe who got into office by being on her back. That's not even debated. If people don't like that, too bad. Look it up. And then she accused him of being a womanizer. It's like, well, how did you get here? So to me, that's ludicrous. So based on content,
Yeah, I love it. I love
Trump,
it, Rich. I love it, Rich, when all the liberal women's like, Trump had side chicks. It's like Kamala Harris is a side chick.
she is the side chick.
Ask Willie Brown.
Yeah. And so I think she came out and showed, look, I'm not stupid. She is stupid. She repeated what they told her. Look how I prepared this strategy. Did not prepare the strategy. But the people that want to hear that, I think she got more miles with them.
Yeah, I agree.
Trump
I think,
supporters aren't like, man, we got him. They're like, okay, Trump said what he said. We're good. So I think she got more miles. So if you want to call winner or loser, in my opinion, she won because she had more to gain.
yeah, and I think Trump came off too angry. He's just too
Well, he was
pissed.
angry. He was
Sounds like him. He
disgusted.
should be pissed. And his
Yeah.
mic's a little hotter than Kamala's mic and stuff. I told Mary Margaret afterwards, we're all sitting around here and stuff, trying to dial down and get our heart rate under control and things. And I was like, he should have made fun of her. Like when Trump goes into his comedic chops, when he starts, which he did with the, can I speak? I'm talking
That was
now.
great.
Does that sound familiar? If he would have maintained that, but just his, his fury, and again, I'd be pissed too. And I saw him on Hannity afterwards, Rich, and he said the reason he took that approach, he's like, this is no game. What we're undergoing in regards to the invasion of our southern border, what's going down in this world that's lit on the verge of World War III. You've got all the crimes being levied via the migrants. They're eating your dogs. They're eating your cats up in up in Ohio. He just said, "Listen, I didn't come to play nice, and I get it, but this is the TV world, and if Richard Nixon has a 5 o'clock shadow." And he's sweating like a hooker in church, and John F. Kennedy's over there, and he's polished, and he's not, going Dick Nixon. Then he wins because we've got a splooged brain general public that
Yeah.
watches television, and there's good TV and there's bad TV. When Charles Stockdale was vice president of, who was that, Perot, and he didn't come off very well during the debates, and everybody was making fun of him because he was slow on the uptick when the moderators would throw a question at him, and everybody started laughing at this professor and war hero at Stanford University because he was bad on TV. The guy's a genius. It just was bad
Exactly.
TV that night. And I don't say
Yes.
Trump was too bad because when you really drill down on the specifics from a policy standpoint, from an
Yes.
accomplishment standpoint, he's frickin' spot on. And he
Right.
throws the ball back in her lying court with heavy topspin, and she can't return it. She deflects, deflects, deflects. And, of course, with the ABC moderators, they're not going to fact check her. They're not going to pin her to the mat and say, you did lie. You did say that you're against fracking. You
Bro,
did.
they were prepared to do that to Trump.
Well,
They had that written
the head
down.
of ABC, Rich, the head of ABC hooked frickin' Kamala up with her husband, Doug, you know? And it's like, no way, Rich. You say there's conspiracy? You got the matchmaker. You have Fiddler on the Roof that got Kamala and Emhoff together. Yeah, and again, but Trump knew that going in.
Yeah.
So Kamala Rich, she wants round two. She's like, let's have another debate, man. Let's have another debate.
I
Let's
think
get it on.
Trump should come out swinging next time and just keep saying, "This is what you did. These are what happened at the border. This is what's going on in America. This is our economy," and not let her deflect. Oh yeah, you care about world leaders and blah blah blah, and you want to talk to these people. It doesn't matter. We're broke. You're a Marxist. I love when he said that. You're a Marxist. Your dad's a Marxist professor. Like he
And
should have
so
stuck
she
to
did
that.
this, and she did this, Rich, from a body language perspective, which a body language expert said that it showed her repose and her power, and how she was,
Stupid.
you know, how she was
Touching your face typically means you're a liar.
right.
That's what body language. You know what people? I always tell people when you're training to preach, don't touch your face. Keep your because nervous people touch their face, and it's a you have to train people that are speaking. Don't touch your face. Why? Because people even subconsciously see that as covering. It's a barrier, and it's something that makes people think you're lying. So they can say whatever they want. They're freaking liars, Doug. When you touch your face like that, you are showing that you're covering. You're putting a barrier between you and the television or you and the
So,
people because you're a liar. That's a lie. They're lying. Even the experts are lying. They know that's not true.
so Rich, um, I thought it was interesting that, like, if you call my mama or my daddy, Rich, something that they weren't, you're going to get a face full of dog. You're going to hear a little blowback. And I guarantee if they said something about your mom or your dad that was complete and utter, can't scrape it off your boot, China white horse poo poo, that you would say, no, you're wrong. They're not Marxists. They don't read Gramsci.
She didn't say that.
No, she didn't say a word. She just kind of, and again, she looked like, and I hate to say this, but because I have a lot of friends named Karen, but she looks like that typical Karen, and I hate that the name Karen is disparaged. Again, she looks like an uppity,
Yeah.
arrogant Jezebel,
And I
channel.
hate her voice. That's
Oh,
a fake, nasally, trying to sound like a female Obama. I can't stand her freaking voice. She is horrific. And I also think she's demonic. I think she's full of the devil. Trump called him out on the abortion stuff and he stood firm on it. Said, put it back in the States. That's what America's founded on.
right.
She didn't even address that. She's an effing liar. And you know what? The
Yeah.
moderator said, oh, that's not legal in any state, blah, blah, blah. That's also a lie. They do it and they're fighting for it right now. So he misled the American people and intentionally planned on it ahead of time, had to think. Like that's bullcrap, bro. We're talking about the sanctity of life, and Trump is saying people need to choose in their own states and let it stop being federally mandated. She never addressed that. She literally said, "You don't want people to have IVF." Shut up! Like that, literally deflected. Stupid, ridiculous. And then, do you think it's right to question whether she's black? Who cares what she is? She's fake. I don't
Right.
care what she is. And I also don't care. I don't care what you identify as. Elizabeth Warren is white. She is a cracker. She's a honky. She can say she's American Indian all she wants. Her DNA says that's a lie. So shut the hell up. Kamala Harris is not African. Her DNA test disagrees. So I don't care what anybody says. You know what? You like Jordan Peterson said, you can believe whatever you want. You can pretend, but you can't expect me to participate in your imagination. So what are you? I think that's a fair question in the debate. What is your racial background? Let's settle this. Tell the truth. I identify as I didn't ask you what you pretend because I identify means I pretend to be. What I asked you is what is your racial background? Why does it matter? Well, because you've made it matter and we believe that you're lying.
Have you
So
seen
watch,
the
Doug, watch how simple this is. Ask me what my racial background is.
Rich? What's your racial background?
Doug, I'm not sure about a lot of it. I know some of it's German. I know that on one side of our family it's Swedish. We have
Oh,
some
so you're
American
Nazi.
Indian. But I'll tell you what, we have a whole bunch of stuff and I've never been tested. I have no idea. People see me as a white person. Some people think I seem Mexican because of my culture and where I live, and I'm cool with that. I don't care. I'm white ish with other things. I, I don't know. I'm not lying. I'm not pretending. I just gave you all the facts and information that I have. I don't go somewhere and say, guys, guess what I am? And then go somewhere else and go, guys, guess what I am now? Like, that's so why is it so taboo to say, back it up? You said it. You're the one that said it. What are you?
Have you seen that picture that they grabbed of Kamala? I think she's like, I don't know, a teenager, and she's in India, and they've got all the Indian clothing, the sarongs, whatever you call all that stuff. The house that they're in, it's obvious Indian interior design. Everything's screaming India. They've got bowl of curry on the table. They got Bollywood playing in the background, and I can't remember who the black guy is. I don't know he's on Fox and stuff. He posted that picture and he goes, "Yeah, this is your typical black family."
Yeah. And see, okay, check it out, Doug. If she's Indian background, who cares?
I don't care.
If she's black, who cares? But stop changing it and
Yeah,
stop lying.
Trump's got a point though, and I'm sure I'll get, "You're the devil" email coming in, but
Who
she's the one.
cares?
She's the one that on these cooking shows are, "Hey, we're cooking Indian food today. Hey, I'm an Indian. Yes, hey, hey." And then all of a sudden, that peters out and that has no political cachet
Then she has the
whatsoever.
southern draw.
Yeah, now she's like, "Y'all want some collard greens and
She
some
said that. She
pig?"
literally said that.
Yeah. uh, I'm
No,
a
now you're talking about Tropic Thunder.
right. I'm a dude playing another dude. You couldn't
Yeah,
even
what
make
do you
that
mean?
movie
What do you mean, you people?
now. Right. Yeah, so again, it's like, did you really say that, Donald Trump? Well, no, she said it. She's the one who
Right.
brought it up. You can't, if you're a white Caucasian, translucent cracker like all of us, all of us Caucasians are, then you can't point, the lies, hype, and spin of your female, in particular, political opponent. Um, so, according to the fight guys, I'm not a fight guy, Rich. I mean, I do like watching boxing movies and stuff, and I'm starting to get into UFC a little bit, and my daughters are fighters, but I prefer hunting and fishing videos. But anyway, according to the fight guys that were weighing in last night, the fact that you're asking for a second debate means that your team thinks you got your ass whooped, and the devil didn't get their due. So Trump is like, he was talking to Hannity last night. It's like, why should I do it? I dusted her. Why should I give, her a second chance at me? Uh, he said the only way that he'd do it if it was kind of a Brett Baer, Martha McCallum, or Hannity moderated debate. He said, I'm not going into that kind of fray any longer with these people that are, plied her with notes of
Bias, yeah.
cocaine and support in fact checking questions to Donald Trump. Is that a thing? Is that if you got dusted in the ring, it's the one who lost wants to see if
They
they can.
want an immediate rematch.
Okay, so that's a thing then.
That's the thing.
Okay, so maybe Van Jones is wrong. Maybe ABC is wrong. Maybe
Wait,
see.
wait. You think Van Jones could be wrong? When was he ever right?
So is he the guy that's the center of that song, smooth jazz song, "Me and Mr. Jones"? Is it Mr. Jones or Mrs. Jones?
I don't know.
Got a thing going on. It's about adultery, Rich. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You
I'm
look
not
like
hip to it, man.
a huge smooth jazz
I
night.
love jazz. I don't know that song.
You don't know the song
But
"Me and Mr. Jones"?
I'm more like a throw on the jazz station and listen to it on what's playing. I don't know the artists and I don't know all that stuff. So
So if Arturo Sandoval came on, you wouldn't be able to, you
I
know.
don't even know who that is.
All right, but we do know who Kamala Harris is.
Yes.
I think it's RFK's running mate. I can't remember her name. It's a long one, and
Dude,
I went to
what's
public
up with
school.
RFK? He's like, these people are trash. Don't vote for them. I'm done. That guy's the man. I
Yeah,
liked him before. He has some weird liberal stuff. But I was like, man, people like this guy. And they would ask me, what do you think? I said, well, he says a lot of good stuff that I agree with. I mean, not trying to find more people to argue with, but then he says, "I'm going to back Trump. Don't vote for these people. They're crazy." Look, if the most powerful family in the history of American politics, the final heir of that family says, "Guys, stay away from these freaks. They're crazy." People should listen. Like you're not a smarter Democrat than RFK Jr. You're just not.
Yeah. Yeah. So as vice president, she said, you know what? It's incumbent upon the voter. It's like you can't really get a lot out of these 90 minutes worth of debates. You've got to go and you've got to find out where Kamala and Trump really stand. You
Yep.
know, you don't take notes watching ABC News. Same thing, with Fox, even though I think that they're better than the rest.
I think
But
Fox is
again,
trash too, but that's
yeah, but again, it's incumbent upon the person. Imagine that to lead a life where you actually examine, what the hell's going on, and that you
yeah.
read sources that doesn't parlay your particular party's point of view, and you become an informed person. And same what you're talking about RFK and with her. I mean, these guys are. They're not your typical conservative. They're not right-wing Republicans, but they said, man, that party left us. We didn't leave it. And they're making a lot of sense in the fact that, like you said, that he said, adios, people, I'm out of here. You guys are crazy. And he's a Kennedy. That says a lot. And for him to dump Kamala, being as shrewd and as sharp. And again, he's not conservative on all issues.
No.
Neither am I. And I think it screams like Rob Halford and Judas Priest.
That's funny.
All right, big dog. So great debate analysis. As always, we bring it, Rich.
We
Nobody's
bring
like
it real. We bring it raw.
nobody's like us out there in the podcast world. So, what does the Warrior and Wildmen listener need to do right now?
They need to vote for Trump unless they're on drugs. Oh, and go to warriorsandwildmen.com. Subscribe. It's free. We'll hit you up with a couple emails a week, let you know what's happening, keep you posted about what's going down. If you're receiving something good, hit the war chest. It's tax deductible. When you give your gift, we'll send you the information on that. For those that are doing it, we really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome for making it happen. Warriors and Wildmen from Bali and from Austin, Texas. Out.